Alright, it's mid-November. We've just flown in with Sika. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! I'm here, finally. Into middle of the Kawekas, into a Harkness hut. I'm in with my dad, and we got about 5 days of hunting, spring hunting. So weather is primo, and it should be good. It's going to be a nice cruisy week. Yeah, so when I won the Sika show last year, I obviously won a voucher with Sika. And I needed to use it this year before it expired, and Dad's just had hip surgery earlier in the year. Haven't been able to hunt with Dad in a few years now because his hip's just been buggered and getting around the hills just hasn't been an option. And now that his hip's all healed up and good to go, he's a bit more mobile. So cruisy week in the hills in here, living out of the hut, the luxury life, and hopefully we'll knock over a few Sika. So bloody awesome. Just made our way down from the hut up the valley for the evening, picking our way along nice and slow. Not actually a lot of sign around considering how warm it is for middle of November and whatnot, but got a spot over here that we're just going to sit and watch for the evening and then cruise back to the hut and nothing happens. Bit of bacon and egg pie thanks to Mum. Bloody beauty. Bit of wakachangi to close off the day. Alright, so no luck last night, didn't see anything. Cruised on back up towards the hut, and as we're coming up the flats to the hut in the dark, saw a couple of deer in the headlamp. So there is deer around, but they seem a bit nocturnal. Popped out this morning down the flats again, nothing out, didn't see a single thing. So just being back for a brew, and we're going to head up into the bush and poke around up there for a bit. Alright, we've been on a bit of a ticky tour this morning. Come around here, we climbed up where the track breaks up and goes up to the tops up there, and we climbed about halfway up to the tops and then got to a big flat plateau and then broke off down another ridge, and we stalked our way down there, looped back around down into the creek, and then we've been sort of cruising our way out the creek, hunting all the open areas in there, which is some really nice country, but little bit of sign, nothing really fresh, just the real odd bit of fresh, not a single animal. So yeah, there's not a lot of deer in here it seems, and they're bloody hard to find, but bloody good day anyway, bloody beauty weather. Wakachang.
It's gonna full bit up. I'm gonna full it.
You're filming yourself.
Really?
Yeah.
I was looking at it going, what?
Well, we've been on a bit of a mission this morning, up way too early, got sorted and headed on up the valley, and we are up towards Tussock Hut and some of the Tussock valleys, hoping to find some bloomin' Sika deer. And it's gone on 10-11 o'clock now and haven't yet seen a single animal. We were walking through prime country and we were in here on prime time, and day 2.5, still haven't seen an animal in the daylight, so we're trying. Turned into a bloody scorcher of a day, so we've just had to escape to some shade. Just trimmed it back a bit to make a few cubby holes, cool the dog down and sleep the day off, I think. It's been a long, slow day, waiting out the heat of the middle of the day. And now we're perched up, watching all of this for the evening. Still haven't laid eyes on a deer, so fingers crossed. There it is. Side on.
Hey.
Here, come look at this. If you haven't seen it. Oh wowee, what a bloody day. We've just been cruising back up or down the valley after our mammoth effort up in the Tussock Flats, and right on dark this friggin' silly bugger, young little spiker, popped out in front of me and could only just bloody see him. He got a bullet with the 260 right in the brisket in the front and just dropped him. So it's going to be a big bloody day today. Dark to dark before we get back to the hut, because it's bloody dark already. And yeah, how good, we're on the board. It's been hard work. We made it back 11:45. That's about a 19-20 hour day after getting up at bloody 3:20 this morning. Little Wakachangi. Hey Sako. Bloody beauty. Time to get the wet feet off. 32 river crossings in one direction, so we've done 64 stream crossings today. earned the wakachangi.
And I'm still in one piece.
Dad's bloody sling on his Sako ripped out on him yesterday while he was walking down the creek, and the rifle flicked off and clattered the ground a little bit. We had to improvise and got a bit of rope out, and he used my bit of rope as a sling yesterday, and we've just been checking the rifle over this morning, and his bottom sling swivel studs not too flash either, so needs a bit of work when he gets home, the old Sako. Right, it's been a pretty cruisy morning this morning, bit of a sleep in and then lazy start to the day, a few chores and tutuing around camp. Just had a big feed for lunch, and now we're just gonna cruise up into the bush up behind the hut here and just have a poke around for the afternoon, and then probably go watch a clearing just downstream a bit this evening, see how we get on.
Get wet boots again.
Yeah, just dried the boots for the second time and we'll get them wet again. All the bloody stream crossings. We went through some real nice stuff in the bush this afternoon. Actually found a bit of sign for the first time all week, which was bloody good, but didn't bump into anything. Some awesome stalking though. And now we are perched up, glassing all of this stuff for last light. Fingers crossed we can pull a deer on last light here. See how we go. What happened last night, Dad?
Had a deer walk out in a beautiful spot, sunning itself. Dylan, deer, looks at me, bewildered. Dylan, fucking deer, looks at me. What do you mean? A fucking deer, grab your rifle. And we had a beautiful hind walk out 120 metres away, something like that, yeah. 150 metres away, up on a clay ledge, and just standing there beautifully side on, sunning herself, shaking her head, going, hello, I'm here, shoot me. Dylan needs the video for you guys. So he puts the rifle down and says, Dad, I've got to do a video for you guys. Okay, that's all right. So he puts the video down, I'm watching it with the thing, and it decides, right, you've had your chance, it's off.
It bloody walks away.
And it walks down and disappears. So we wait and wait. And next minute, just as it starts really getting dark, it reappears on the fringe of the tussock flat. He picks it up in the scope and lets one rip, and it just promptly disappeared. And that was it.
Yeah, so Dad spotted a bloody deer. He tried to tell me he saw a deer. I haven't seen friggin' deer all week, so when he was telling me there was a deer, I didn't believe him. I was like, hey, what do you bloody mean there's a deer? And sure enough, there was a friggin' deer. And because I haven't seen deer all week, I wanted to get it on video for the friggin' YouTube video, and the friggin' thing walked off. So I was a bit unhappy with myself about that, and then it came out right on last light down on the grassy flats at the bottom, and it was pretty friggin' dark, and I could just see it. A bit of a unsteady shot sitting down, and I think I must have pulled it just in the rush and trying to see it in the dark, and just fucking missed it. So the deer have very much won this trip. She's tough going in here. Being a smart ass, trying to keep my feet dry last night, ended up arsing over in the creek, getting everything soaking wet. Lucky we got a good old fireplace.
I think that's it, isn't it?
Yep, all packed up, all cleaned up. Thank you, Harkness.
Yep. Awesome.
Good to go. Yeah, so we're obviously all packed up. We woke up this morning after a bit of a sleep in, and it was raining, and it's been drizzling all day. The weather forecast said that was always going to happen, and it's going to rain tomorrow. We were scheduled to come out midday tomorrow, but all we're going to do is sit here at the hut. So called up the chopper, and they're coming at 1:30 this afternoon, so we're all ready to go, and we're out of here. Yeah, it's been a bloody awesome trip. Hard work getting onto the deer. I don't think there's many deer around here, to be honest. We haven't seen bugger all sign for deer activity, and we actually saw bugger all deer, as you would have seen. I only saw, what, 2 in the daylight, so the other rest that we saw were just under headlamp walking back in the dark and stuff, so they're pretty bloody nocturnal, the ones that are around. So made for bloody tough hunting, but awesome week nonetheless. Pretty awesome to spend the week hunting with this fella. With a new hip, he got around like a young fella again, so
ooh, don't know about that.
still a little bit slow, but heaps better than what it's been the last sort of 3-4 years at least. So been a bloody awesome week. Cool as. Awesome to check out another area in the Sika country. So alright, out of here. Oh well, we were all packed up and we were sitting out on the deck for about 5 hours this afternoon waiting for the chopper to turn up, but the weather was pretty crappy and they weren't able to do it, so we bedded in for another night and we're going to try again tomorrow morning. Luckily we got heaps of food because we were planning on coming up tomorrow anyway, so it's all good. Well, we've been sitting on this bloody deck since 8:30 this morning. It's now 5 o'clock. That's after sitting on this deck since 13:30 or 1:30 yesterday through to 5 o'clock as well. So we're a day and a half of sitting on this deck, packed up, waiting for the helicopter. And we're in for another night. So unpack, have a feed. I'm out of dog food, so we have to improvise. I think she's going to be eating venison, and luckily we got a bit of food still, so have a cook up and we'll try again tomorrow. But the weather forecast looks worse again for tomorrow, so I don't know what's going to happen. We'll see how we go. Sit.
Oh.
Side. You sit. Drop it. Oh well, we made it out. Sat on the deck in the hut for about 2 days. It's 3 o'clock now and the weather had been shit all day. We were sitting there waiting, thinking that we're going to be sitting there another day, and Dad was making a cup of tea, and next minute the bloody helicopter turned up. So threw our shit together that we had out, and we got, and the good buggers got us out. Yeah. So not too bad, only 2 days of waiting. Hard case, but we did it. Awesome. Another cool trip down. Catch you next time.